Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? I'm back. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. So today I'll be going over chart patterns, the different movements, different patterns, different breakout, and different structure we can look forward to. Uh, this is just another confluence I use in my trading whenever I'm trading. So if it works for me, then it will work for you. Oh, by the way, NASA and US trading been selling off a lot. That was expected. We had a breakout retest, push down. I'm looking for we need to take on last 100, we need to take out these levels. I think push down in here, pull back up, pull back up for lower push. So that's what I'm looking for on last 100 on US 30. Looking for push up and push back down. All right, let's get into those break and retests and chart patterns. Uh, I don't want to say this. When I first started out, I could not just come on the charts and see patterns. I used to have some different PDFs of different chart patterns, and I would look on them, look on the charts, look on them, look at the charts, look at them, look at the charts. So over time, you get better at it, and you don't really have to look at them as much. Still have to look at them something now and then, but yeah, we don't have to look at them as much. So the first one we're looking at right here, price was moving up, price moving up in this triangular pattern. This is what you call a ascending triangle. So price moving up and price breakout to the upside. Ascending triangle, price more like on an uptrend, price more unlikely gonna break out to the upside. So what price did? Price was in a triangle. Then price broke out. What price came back to do? Right here. Price came back and retest that triangle uh perfectly before going higher. So i- if you zoom in, you see that price breakout was back and forth, broke out, and came back and retest that triangle like perfectly twice. So came above, come back, retest, went about 500 pips, came back, retest, went up about 1700 pips, then came back under, then went above. So if you were trading the breakout, you have got a good trade from the retest. And I want to say this, I don't just trade patterns. Like my patterns are mixed with my weekly supply and demand zone. So you have to, uh, well, you don't have to, but I would say, really, really, really make sure your zones are intact first before you just start looking at just blindly trading patterns. The next one I'm looking at right here is it's called a bullish flag. So price is trading downwards in this channel. And also I'm on the 4 hour time frame. You can always go on the smaller time frames and see other patterns because it works for different time frames. So price is trading in this channel. The went down, went back up, went down, went back up, went down, went back up. This time it broke out of the channel. So what it did? Price broke out, came back and retest, continue higher. So as I say, we see this happening over and over where price is trading in a pattern. After a breakout, it retests that pattern uh, at the breakout trend line. So breakout and retest. And as I said, this is on the 4 hour. Sometimes you can go down to the smaller time frames and see better levels and um, better place to get in on the smaller time frame. Surprise retest. So let's go see if we find another one. I'll mark out a few of them. Um, this is another one where see price is going up. Price is going up. I remember if y'all have any questions, you know what I mean? Um, don't be afraid to ask questions. So prices is moving up. Then price came into here and started trading into a narrow triangular, downward triangle and pattern. This is called a falling wedge. So what did price do? Price broke out. Price broke out. If you go on the small time frame, you see where price breakout right here. And the second candle retest back that level exactly at the 44,903 level. And did created a 800 pips forward candle. So we see this a lot. See this all the time, matter of fact. So if you really pay attention to the different breakout of different patterns, you'll be in good hands. Could look at another example. Here, I feel another example right here. So price is trading again right here. Price is going higher, going higher, going higher, coming lower, going higher. Then we get into this downward channel. We were respecting it until we got the breakout. And why did it breakout right here? And the next four candle came back and retest that level perfectly. So as I said, we see this all the time where price breakout and come back and retest where it breakout from. And you need to, you know what I mean, look at the charts and practice these levels because over time you get good at it where you don't have to draw for a piece of paper. You know exactly what you're looking for. And patterns are confluences I use with my trading. Y'all know that I use the weekly supply and demand zone, uh, monthly, weekly supply and demand zone strongly. I use the fib strongly. I use the trend line break and retest strongly on the 4 hour time frame, obviously. Uh, but this is just another confluence that I can add to my trading, and I'm not just guessing. Like once I have confluence with all of the different stuff I just mentioned, I'm in. Like confluence bring confidence, put it that way. So yeah, and I will be sharing some materials where you can go and find um, different PDF that have different patterns on it, where you can see them, visualize them, practice them. So that was another one. Here's another one. Price is moving up again. So on the forward time frame, we're bullish. Price is making higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high. Then we went into start into this falling wedge where price is falling, but we're still in an uptrend. Price is falling, price is falling. Then boom, we got a breakout. What happened after that breakout? Price breakout came above, and then boom, we have it where price came back and retest that level before continue higher. Uh, so even if you were just trading pattern, you got in right here, had a 60 pip stop loss, 70 pip stop loss, on that's 100 US 30, which is not unheard of. You'd have caught crazy trade because, and most of the time when we get a breakout from this level, we tend to go higher and not come back. After we get a breakout, the breakout is considered the higher low of that movement. So price don't tend to come back here for a while. Yeah, come back, but not really every time. You know what I mean, regularly. And we move over here. This is a head and shoulder pattern. This is a nice head and shoulder pattern. Let me move it. So head and shoulder pattern show that sellers is coming into the market and show a change of trend. So price is moving up. Then we came up here, came back down, retest, came back up, and came back here and then retest and then continue lower. Let me show you. Let me remove these off the screen. Let me use the head and shoulder tool to let you see it. So we can draw it from right down here. So price came up. This is the left shoulder. Came down. Uh, Price came up. This is the left shoulder. Came down. Came back up, created a head. Came back down. Came back up, created a right shoulder. Came back up, created a right shoulder, and went down. But what I normally do right here, if price did all of that, all I'm waiting for is the neckline to be retested. So the neckline is anywhere in one of these zones. So price, this is the right shoulder. Um, Price could have come back up in here, but price rejected the right shoulder exactly and fell like sold off. I think we caught this trade in my Discord a few months ago. We caught this trade as well. That was a nice move to the downside. That was 800 pips, two forward candle. And we rolled it down. I think we rolled it to about these levels right here. We got it right here. So that's an head and shoulder patterns are really powerful, and inverse head and shoulder too really powerful. So here we have it again where price is trading in an uptrend. You know what I mean price is trading in an uptrend. We have higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low. So we see the trend change. So if all we had to do is wait for the breakout, which the breakout happened right here, and what price did. So the breakout could have been from right here, could have been right here, and then came back and retest that level and went uh 600 pip higher. Or you could have looked for it to come down in here, back into these levels to get a, you know what I mean, where a first breakout to get back a sell if you missed this first trade. So what it did, it came on here, wicked out, closed right at that level, and went higher. So you could have got in right there again. So there's different places you could have gotten. Um, Let me see if y'all have nothing to say first before I continue. No, restream. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear and see me? I'm not sure what's going on right now with this thing. All right, we back. All right, we back, we back. Mhm. That's made a push up, push back down. Expected. That's fine. All right, we back. Remember, if y'all having the questions, let me know. Let me see where I was right. Oh yeah, coming back to a head and shoulder, another head and shoulder down here. This was, I think we caught this trade too. Yeah, we caught this trade sometime last year. I always catching these head and shoulders. So as you see right here, prices in a downtrend. One here, one there. Prices in a downtrend. So price move down, making lower highs and higher lows. So while the price came down, come back in this level, created a left shoulder, came down here, created the head, come back in here. Even though I want to say this, even though we came in here and price wicked out and still closed under, it's still considered the level is still valid, created the right shoulder. So all I was waiting for is a breakout and retest. And what it did, that 4 candle came up, close above. It's still close above that level because that level is more in here. Still close above and that other 4 candle came and retest back that level like perfectly before going higher again. So we see this happen a lot like in the market. I could just randomly go on the charts and just pick out different levels, show you and let you see them. There was another one right here. Price is moving up. High, high, low, high. High, high, low, high. High, high, low, high. High, high, low, high. In this triangular pattern. So price went up, broke out. So we didn't get a retest on the 4 hour. More than likely, if we went on to the lower time frame, we would have seen a retest, but we're kind of far away. So the 15 minutes something to bring us back right there. So as I say, you see these things happen every day, all day on the charts. Um, this was just another level that same thing happened right here. High, high, low, high, retest, gone. Yeah, we see those things happen a lot. And if y'all have any questions, let me know. That's 100 struggling down here. I want to say this. I saw this trade on us uh, this week where I think we should continue way lower. So NAS is trading in this symmetrical triangle pattern, big symmetrical triangle pattern on the 4 hour, on the weekly, on the daily. So it's trading in that level for a while. A lot of consolidation along the way too. Then we broke out to the downside and we had a push back up. It went higher than I normally was expecting for price to push up, but that is still fine. Uh, went higher. I know I'm looking for it to fill in. into these levels. I'm looking for the 2740, 435 level. Um, I want to also say there's a lot of things that's going on uh, in the geopolitical space. The Houthis blocking, have a blockade. Um, Iran and the US war that's going on. Oil prices should skyrocket. Uh, New tariffs on Canada. I see where they're saying that tariff will be added to other countries too. It's not confirmed, but sometime soon. Yesterday, Tesla beat earnings, but not profits. Uh, so they're burning into their cash reserve. On the other hand, as we know, have been really stubborn with generating cash flow or generating profit. There's a lot of spending with AI. AI is, companies spending a lot. Think we should, with everything that's going on, we should see we might get a pushback into the 26 level uh, to offset that run that happened earlier. Think we should see that move. And there should be a lot of selling opportunity. Um, this is gonna be another beautiful trade. I want to see a break under 4 hour. A little bit wiggle room, come higher, and then when it coming back out again, after when it coming back down, I'm selling right under 28205 level region, which that should be a solid trade. On US 30, price trading up in, for example, another pattern. Price is trading in this channel up and down, up and down, up and down, up, then finally come down, make a lower high. So trend is shifting. Came down. What it did? Came back and retest that trend line. It broke out of like literally right on the money, and then came down, came back higher, retest back into that trend line again. So price have a move away from that trend line. I think we should go lower now. May go much lower. As I say again, with everything that's going on. With everything that's going on, there's a lot of investors are not confident. So we know what happened when there's a lot of risks in the market. We tend to have sell-offs. That's why I'm just back and forth in this level. Price is struggling to break under here. If we get a break under, then we should see a lot more movements to the downside. Uh, US 30 failed to break under this level as well, which is a strong daily supply and demand zone. We have a rejection here, rejection here, rejection, rejection, rejection. So if the daily can close under 51,690 level, we should continue lower on US 30. If you can get a 4 hour close under. But if y'all have any questions, let me know. Let me see the questions. Ask me. Don't be afraid to ask me. No, I'm not a WSA student. But throughout my learning, pretty sure I've uh, seen somewhere, I mean, some of his work. Obviously, the GOAT in the space. So yeah, let me know if y'all have any questions. So now, look, if we zoom in closer, we have a lot of movements in here, a lot of wick out here to the upside, to the upside. But as soon as we broke out under, uh, let me find the spot. So when we were up, we wicked out here a lot to the upside. Price failed to break under on the 4 hour pretty much every time. But as soon as we broke out to the downside, price price rejected, grab all that liquidity and went lower. So let's say these things happen every time, and look, it rejected that the symmetrical triangle in the lower time frame like perfectly. So it really not, I mean, um, if both of them forming at the same time, that's a good question. If two different patterns seem to be forming at the same time, does one take priority over the other? Well, it's all depend on the trend. Uh, the trend is your friend. So if the trend is saying we're going up, uh, I'm taking the one that is gonna continue up with the trend. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take the trend pattern. Cause the trend is your friend. We don't we don't tend to trade against the trend. But yeah, that's a good question. And another thing, I don't really trade double tops. Honestly don't like double tops. Head and shoulder, bullish flag, bearish flag, ascending triangle, symmetrical triangle, falling wedge, rising wedge. Basically those on head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder, stuff like that. Nas is really struggling down in here. Price seem don't want to break under. This was a big candle on Nas. This was a 400 pips candle. 350, 400, something like that. So nothing here is valuable if we don't get a break under this level. We have to get a break under this level. If not, price may push up in here, fake out a lot of people before falling. So I wouldn't take a sell just randomly in here. The stop loss would have to be too big to cover your tracks all over there. So we have to get a break under and a pull back in and continue lower. But if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna cut it short today. Uh, remember, use your confluence.